Hello, everybody.
Hello, everyone to the Zodcast.
Welcome to the Zodcast.
Yes.
With the gays.
Yes.
The NBs.
The NBs.
This is Sam.
Yes.
I am M.
Welcome.
And we're gonna talk about Gen Z's perspective on media, I suppose.
Yep.
Today's episode is on pop culture. So
Yes, sir.
we're gonna talk about pop shit.
Yes,
You
sir.
know, it's gonna be very kids bop, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Going to open your computer.
I'm opening my very
Yes.
smart, beautiful computer.
Yes. Mhm.
Because a few days ago, I did a little Google form
Mhm.
with a little survey, and because I wanted to know about, just what Gen Z, like, what kind of entertainment they liked
Mhm.
and everything. So, like, the first question was, what is the platform you use the most for entertainment?
Mhm.
And what do you use?
I actually responded to your form and actually said YouTube. And it really
Said
saddens
YouTube?
me. Yeah, because I'm in love with television. I grew up loving
Mhm.
television. I have a big attachment to television. However, like every day I always watch my series, everything on YouTube for free.
Mm-hmm. So the most popular answer we got is actually YouTube with 22 people.
Yeah.
And the second was like I put like social media, so like
Mhm.
TikToks, Instagram, Snapchat, etc.
Oh, ew.
with 17 people who like consumed that the most
Out of what people?
out of
How many?
31.
Okay.
Like it's not that much, but still like streaming services had like 5
Yeah.
and cable had 1,
Yeah.
which I thought was fucking sad.
Like the tension of age is like 18 to 19.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Like I feel like nowadays no one uses cable. Like our age group, no one uses cable.
Only my weird cousins from Quebec City like you watch cable.
Like the only
It's-
people that I know who use cable are like people who
Mhm.
watch sports.
and the elderly. That's it.
Yeah, that's it. All right, and the second question was, what type of entertainment do you consume the most? And what? Again, do you watch more YouTube? Or...
On YouTube I love like documentaries like 1,000 Pound
do you
Sisters.
watch Shane Dawson?
No,
Please
I
don't.
don't. Okay, what I consume the most on YouTube, I've noticed it, and it's a big problem in my life. It's video, like it's excerpts of TV shows that have been on cable. They're usually like normally on cable.
Mhm.
Like the TV channel has a YouTube channel, and they upload like clips from their TV shows.
You
for
watch
free.
TLC basically?
Yeah, I watch a lot of TLC. 1,000 Pound Sisters, Gordon Ramsay, like all
Oh, Gordon
those
Ramsay,
TV
yes.
shows that are normally on cable, American
Mhm.
television. I watch them on YouTube. It's like
Good
90% of what I
Good
watch.
stuff. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Very interesting. Yeah, personally, like I watch a lot of like YouTubers. Like I watch a lot of gaming. Like like Jacksepticeye, he top tier. Yeah.
You. Oh my
Markiplier
God.
too. Markiplier's good.
Oh no! Did you ever make fan fiction of like?
No, never.
Markiplier,
Ew, no.
Jacksepticeye and PewDiePie
No, no,
and
no,
a
no, no.
threesome in a spa.
Dan and Phil though.
Oh, okay, yeah, that was Mpreg. Okay, so. Oh God, I didn't know you were that person.
Yeah, I'm that person.
Oh my God. Okay.
Yeah, I used to be such a Dan and Phil stan.
Oh.
But I'm self-inflicted.
It's okay. We
Do
don't
I
judge.
ship it or not? But at the same time, I'm like,
Yeah.
I
We
have
don't judge in
suspicions.
this podcast.
no. But I'm aware that like shipping real people is kind of problematic, and I'm very aware of it.
Yeah.
I'm never gonna be like, I ship it.
Ship it.
I'm just like, they could be.
Oh God, but that's disgusting. They all of them have like wives and shit. You're still shipping Markiplier and Jacksepticeye?
No, I'm not. Never. I've never done that in my
Okay.
life.
Alright.
I just like their content a lot. I think they're
Okay.
fucking funny.
Okay.
Like, Sanas,
Mhm.
fucking top tier. Fuck that shit. But yeah, for my poll, YouTube videos were the most popular at 21 people. But apparently there were multiple selections per
Okay.
answer, so these might be a bit flawed
Mhm.
in their answers.
But it's only 30 people, so like it's already a small pool of like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not scientific, after all.
Okay.
Yeah.
Entertainment purposes.
Yeah, and again, I was sad to hear that podcasts only have 4 votes.
No, that's what we're doing right
Yeah,
now.
I know. Very sad.
Are we entertaining?
I hope.
Should we
Uh-huh.
begin like to like be like 600 pounds and talk about like for people to watch
For
us
how entertainment right there.
Yes.
The second most popular answer was actually TV shows and TikToks. Which,
makes sense.
TikTok to be quality content.
Yeah.
And then video games was the third most popular answer. Which, we're gamers, obviously. The gamer community belongs to us.
By the way, Dream Daddy is not... Playing Dream Daddy does not make you a gamer. I'm sorry,
Let me play Dream Daddy in peace. Oh my god.
Dream Daddy, by the way, is a dating simulator game that you date like father figures.
But you're a dad.
I've played.
Your dad playing dads.
Don't worry, audience. I've played it too.
Okay, but to be fair, I play real games too. I don't only play Dream Daddy. Oh my god. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. I swear. I play real games. I play Life is Strange, The Last of Us. That shit.
Minecraft.
I don't play Minecraft. It sucks.
Roleplay dungeon in Minecraft.
You play Roblox. I'm sure.
Got my mom's credit card for like buying Robux.
I'm buying Robux, bro.
Yes. I have a cousin who played Roblox, like 6, and I remember we were like in a car. It's again media and young people. He lives in Gaspé and we did Gaspé Montréal and didn't have access to a computer, so he didn't play Roblox for 11 hours straight. And he's 6 years old and he was so deprived that he was like, Sam, can we roleplay as a Roblox? And I'm like, how can we do that? And he's like, oh, I move to the left and I click on the button to get more Robux and I do a spin.
What the fuck?
It was like, you know those old video games where you like type things and like stuff will happen? It was like this but in real life because he was so deprived of Roblox.
Oh my.
That lasted for 11
God.
hours and I didn't know what was happening, but I wanted
that
to entertain him.
That is a problem right there.
Yeah. Technically, he's a Gen Z. He's not old enough to be...
Is he an alpha?
Is 2011 alpha or Gen Z?
I don't know.
We don't know, we're not educated
What is
enough.
that? What is the...
Gen Z.
Oh.
2012 is alpha.
Oh shit.
Oh, okay,
oh,
so
shit.
it's like really like between.
Okay, one of our technicians, aka Samiha, is telling us that he is a Gen Z because Alpha starts at 2012.
Before we continue, can we agree on one standard of what a Gen Z is? What is the year age?
Well, from what I've read online, it's from I think 96.
Okay.
And I guess 2012.
That would make sense because it makes 20 years.
Yeah.
It's like
it's about that for most generations.
Alright, I think I agree on that.
So that means my older brother is also a Gen Z, but he's like TikTok, I don't know. Like he's confused.
Because the line between millennial and Gen Z, I have so many friends who are older than me, and I kind of feel bad for them because I find them millennials, but they want to be Gen Zs.
Yeah.
But you're not meme enough. If that makes
yeah,
sense.
no, but okay, like I feel like Gen Z and millennials have like this core like difference on like how they kind of interpret mental health.
Yeah.
Like
Millennials are pessimists and Gen Zs are optimists. In
yes
a way.
and no. Like that's the thing. Like millennials are like, I have crippling depression, I want to die. Well, Gen Z is like, I have crippling depression, and then does a fucking Fortnite dance.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
It's like it's a different vibe.
We're like optimists that we are in a shit world and we just have to go through it.
I mean, we've been born in it.
Yeah.
So it's been that way since forever.
Yeah,
so it's
like
fine.
Gen Zs have already given up.
Mm-hmm.
And millennials like still are pushing through their mental health
Yeah,
issues.
totally. Like they lived in a world where there was hope and there is none anymore.
And Gen Z's never lived in hope. Okay, we're getting a bit off topic here.
A little bit?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay.
We made that clear at least. So we can
Yeah, at
continue.
least. No, we have a definition now. The next question was, what genre of entertainment do you prefer?
Okay.
So no, out of like comedy, horror, thriller, drama, reality TV, etc.
Yeah.
What do you think was the most popular?
I think, I would say between reality TV and drama.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's not that?
I mean, drama was very popular, but reality TV had only one vote.
What?
Yeah.
Maybe I'm stuck on my own bias and I'm
Yeah, honestly,
I'm
with
the
your
one-
TLC, maybe. But I can't blame you. 90 Fiancé to be entertaining.
It really
It's something
entertaining.
else.
Really.
But
Let's
it's
hear it.
actually comedy, romance, and queer with 13 votes each. It surprises me that. But I mean, I asked the gay club
Yeah.
after all. But it surprised me that queer is like one of the number ones. You know, I didn't think. I don't know. It just. It's kind of open on that.
And there's really, it's growing. It's a growing trend, but there's so few queer media that I believe that every time something comes out, everyone's like attached to it, like
Right?
like a magnet.
Yeah.
Magnet.
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 Magnet. The thing that sticks together is metal.
The thingy, you know,
Yeah,
the thing.
Yes, we agree.
But yeah, like, no, I know that for a lot of people, like, Love Simon was super important to them.
Yeah.
And
watched it was shit.
but, you know, for me, like, I hate to say it, but Call Me by Your Name was so important to me. Even though it's low-key
But
problematic.
it's a beautiful film.
It's fucking gorgeous.
For a rom-com, because the thing I hate about rom-coms is that there's so much potential,
They're so annoying.
but they always get the low-hanging fruit, and they forget about the cinematography of it, the art of it, and that's my biggest criticism of rom-coms, that they look so generic and so commercial.
I agree. But yeah, I know Call Me by Your Name was so, like, defining to me as a teen. Like, it's just the queer romance and, like, the fact that they focus so much on, like, sensuality and not sexuality. I thought it was so beautiful. No matter how, like, fucking problematic it is. I always thought it was just so amazing.
And the theme of impossible love, a lot of queer, Me Too, like, a lot of queer people have, like, gone through it, and we can relate to it, and that's beautiful.
I think Brian Peters is gonna be happy to hear us.
Hello, Brian Peters, English
Hello.
teacher, queer teacher, who loved Wonder Woman.
Yes. Justin Bieber. Yes. So, yeah, fiction and fantasy were the second most popular.
I can get that.
Honestly, I think, like, Gen Z is, like, so focused on, like, escapism.
Yeah.
Like, compared... millennials... I did my research paper, actually, on that.
Yeah.
And, like, millennials are so, like... When they search for entertainment, they search for, like, informational content. And Gen Z, it's always, like, entertainment and escapism, and it's always that.
It's true because, like, I guess Amy Schumer is, like, a millennial icon. She's all about work burnout, the culture of, like, being, like, 27 and not being in a couple, blah, 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 all that stuff. Like, girl boss power.
Like, being near 30 and having, like, your ticking bomb happening and not being able to deal with it.
And I know no Gen Zs who are a fan of... I'm not a fan of Amy Schumer, and I virtually know zero Gen Zs who are a fan of her because we don't relate yet. Maybe when we go to the job market and get depressed, maybe then, but...
Yeah, no, totally. The fourth question.
Yes.
And that one is honestly my favorite because there's so many fucking funny
Good
content.
answers, yes.
And this was like an open question, so you could put whatever you wanted. What is a movie that you consider defines Gen Z?
Oh god.
And I had so much fucking bullshit. It's so funny.
Okay.
Okay, so first answer is Love Simon, which I
don't agree.
I don't agree, but for some people, I think it can be like a movie that was like important to them.
Yeah.
The second movie, I don't get it at all. It's Tall Girl. And I'm like, no, never, ever.
I agree.
No! You can't agree with that.
Because the thing is that Tall Girl it's not the movie itself, it's more about the reaction. I remember it was the first movie that got this reaction so negative that people just went on Twitter and slammed it to the ground. And today, I still remember all the memes they made about mocking that movie. Because it's like so pretentious. Like
it's really pretentious.
It was a moment where all the Gen Zs realized, like, even if you're not working, if you're a normal Gen Z, not doing film studies, that you see the formula.
There's no like real representation of us, like in the media, of like who we really are, and that's how like millennials perceive us, and that's kind of a problem. You know?
Yeah. It was like the epitome of like every bad stereotypes of teen dramas.
Mm-hmm. Totally. It's fucking horrifying.
The climax.
Yeah.
You know?
That one I think I know who put that one.
I think it's me.
The answer is, I would say, all the horror movies, like ever, and I think this is Michael.
Oh yeah, Michael.
Michael is
super-
obsessed with horror movies.
Super cool. Born This Way club member.
Yeah, we love him.
Sorry, Michael. I'm sorry.
Sorry, Michael. But like, okay, but see, Michael talked to me about a movie that I was like, what is that? It's called
I don't even know.
I think it was called Cats.
Oh yeah. Cats. Technically, it's not a horror movie because it's based off a musical. And it's about music about cats.
Not that,
oh,
not that, not Bestie, not that. No,
James
it's so much worse. It's so much
Okay.
worse. It's about like people who eat their own hair. Like pull out their hair and eat it, and I think I know where this is going.
And you said it was defining Gen Z. Wow.
I don't know. I would say all the horror movies. I feel like Scream defines so much millennials.
Yeah.
I don't see where Gen Z could be defined in there at all.
The thing is that it's too broad because like all the horror movies you'll have to go back to Hitchcock, which can
Right?
be is a thriller.
Bestie
But,
is Nosferatu fucking Gen Z moment.
Yeah.
You
Damn,
know?
are we
You know?
going to side with him? I wish he were there to
Sheesh.
explain his reasosoning, but it's not there.
Yeah.
So I'll put a maybe on this.
There's so many answers that I was like, Bestie, I wish I could talk to you.
Okay.
Like, this is
You need
bad.
help. Okay.
The next one is Super Bad, like the movie.
Movie that defines Gen Z.
I feel like it could, like, the thing is that question can have like kind of two meaning. It's either like that embodies like the vibe of Gen Z or has defined Gen Z over
Yeah.
time, like has defined our culture.
How did you write it? Again, can you reread the question?
What is a movie that you consider defines Gen Z?
Okay.
So it was a bit too broad, maybe.
I would
but-
say that defines
You
like
know?
it defines the vibe of Gen Z. Okay.
Yeah. Super Bad is chaotic as fuck.
I
so-
love Superbad.
I love too. It's so
It's
funny.
not a Gen Z movie because it was
No.
made in the 90s and it was intended for like young teenage millennials.
Yeah.
However, as a Gen Z, I can still relate to Superbad.
It's so funny.
It's so funny.
I
It's
love
like
it.
it's really cool and it's quite unique. It's a unique movie. Yeah, give them
Seth Rogen.
yeah. I give props to Superbad because I've never it's like a unique formula and
Yeah,
first
it's
time
so
watching
funny.
it. First time watching it, I didn't know what will happen next, and that surprised me. I love when movies do that.
Right? The next one is the Lego movie.
The Lego movie is so well made. It's so good.
I agree, but how the hell is it define Gen Z?
I don't think it defines. I think it defines more the Gen Z of my little cousin who's way younger. When it came out, I was 12.
I guess.
I was 12 or 13 when the Lego movie was out. I was a young teenager. I liked it. But it did not define me.
I don't know, I thought it was really boring. I hope no one put the Emoji Movie, I'm gonna kill myself.
Yeah. I think it defines like younger Gen Zs. Like the Lego movie. But
Honestly,
I'm
yeah.
glad that it does because it's a really well made movie and it
Yeah.
defied all expectations.
Yeah, no, it's surprisingly good in that sense, but I think I don't see it.
Next.
Next. The next one is very obviously a yes. It's Barbie movies. Any of them.
All of them.
Iconic. I don't know. As an AFAB person growing up,
Yes.
Barbie movies were my everything. And I think a lot of these might be, like from an AMAB perspective, these might be more applicable, you know, like the
Yeah.
Lego movie, Superbad, all of that. These might be more applicable, but like personally, as an AFAB, Barbie movies were everything when I grew up.
By the way, AFAB assigned female at birth. I also, as non-binary, also identify more as AFAB. Because, you know, I think it plays a big part in my life in who I am and you probably are right now. Barbie movies were the type of movies that I would go to someone else's house. The adult would have a party upstairs.
Yeah.
And it was like the few movies that everyone would have agreed on. Because I was such in a world where I grew up in a small village. And every girl was like princess tutus and all really, really, really girly. So we, every time I went to a house, it was always a Barbie movie, always.
Yeah, and I love There's something so gay about it. There's something so gay about hyperfemme. I love it.
I remember my dad and all my male members of my family will judge Barbie movies so bad.
Why?
But
it's so good.
It's been like this for every type of media associated with females.
Mm-hmm. Females.
with the women viewers and femininity, because we grew up in a society where feminine is viewed as inferior and bad in a way.
Mm-hmm. No, totally.
Mm-hmm.
The next one is Shrek.
Where do we even begin?
So, was it
this?
2 weeks? Give me a sec. Sorry,
I think we need a chart, like a PowerPoint.
So, like 2 weeks ago, we watched Shrek 3.
The best of the 4 Shrek movies. Controversial.
It's the worst. It's the worst. I don't see
opinion.
it. It's so bad.
I'm gonna stretch for that.
Oh,
one.
I hate the babies so much. They're so ugly.
I remember like back when the movie was out, DreamWorks tried to push their advertising of the baby so much in every ad, in every like McDonald's commercial. There was always the babies, and it was like I think it was a DS game where you had to take care of a Shrek baby. I'm not kidding.
This is horrible.
And I just hate their designs.
They were so ugly.
Babies are meant to be loved and meant for us to want to take care of them, and I just want to
I want to punch them. Like, I want to kick them.
No violence in this podcast, please.
They were so ugly. I hate the design so much. Oh my god.
The Shrek movies. So the first one I think was 2001.
Oh god, it's so old. Have you seen it recently?
Yeah.
The animation is atrocious,
Mhm.
but I love it.
However,
Okay.
even though I was way too young to watch the first 2 movies,
Mhm.
I remember like my parents, my whole family, everyone loved it so much that they just like it was a movie that my parents was just like put into like a DVD player and make me shut up for like an hour. It was a movie that my parents passed down to like the younger children. I have older siblings and they enjoyed the movies in the theaters, but I was a baby.
Little fetus.
A little fetus. But growing up, I still watched Shrek 1, 2, 3, 4.
3 specifically.
I watched
It's your
Shrek
favorite.
4 in the theaters with my 3rd grade class.
I think I watched it with my little sibling, and they were like a baby, and it was their first movie at the theater.
How do you feel about that? How do you feel about these children growing up on Shrek?
It terrifies me, yet I'm very happy about it. I can't believe like I grew up and Shrek is older than me.
Yeah. It's a common thing that people say about Shrek movies, that they're really mature
Surprisingly.
for what they are. Like a lot of adult jokes, and it looks like it's
As an adult, it's so funny to watch.
Those
like,
movies
it's
are
hilarious.
adult oriented,
I know.
but marketed for children.
And I think they kind of started like a trend in animation. Like I knew it was like a bit of a thing like in the 90s to have like more like adult jokes in kids movies, but I think like Shrek was so like defining on that
they
aspect.
push it to the limit.
I know. And after that, like I saw so many animation movies with like that were oriented for kids but had so many adult jokes in them that like, you know, when you're older you rewatch them and you're like, oh wait, that's so funny.
I believe there was a weed reference in Shrek 2 where like
Really?
they shake Puss in Boots, like the soldiers, and then there's like a pack of like
That is so funny.
cat herb that falls off, and he's like, oh, it's for medicine, you know, it's so blatant.
Oh, and in the Shrek 1, I think there was this joke like, because what's his name? The king. Farquaad. So he had because
a big castle.
Yeah, he had the big castle.
I know what you're going to talk about.
So, but Shrek is like, oh, he's compensating for something, and I was like,
Like, he's compensating for something.
It's so funny.
There was a scene in Shrek 1 where Farquaad is clearly shown to have a boner.
When?
Okay, so like he's like on the bed. He's like naked, like his chest
Yeah,
hair.
when he's looking at like the mirror.
The mirror,
with
and then
Fiona.
you see there's like a split second in which, because the mirror is a face, there's a split second when the mirror is like like this.
Oh my
Then
god!
he shows pictures of Fiona because Farquaad asked for it, and he's like, ooh, with like a martini glass, and then he lifts up his cover, and you can see there's like a shift.
Oh
And
my
he
god!
lifts it, like, ooh. And a friend of mine made me notice like a few months ago. She was like, watching
What?
Shrek 1, and she sent me a bit, like a
That
part
is
of it.
insane. Oh my god. I'm
so
shocked.
there's a few movies where they make references to boners, and Shrek 1 is one of them.
Alright.
There's not really not a lot of one in real like movies even oriented to adults, but
Yeah, I think that one is one of them.
okay. Do you think that last question about Shrek? Do you think Shrek is able? Do you think that
Sam
Shrek?
won't leave Shrek.
Do you think that Shrek is ableist? Because
What do
the
you
first
mean?
movie, like the villain is like short.
No.
as
As a 5'2" person, I can tell you no, it's fine.
You could play Farquaad in the play. You already have the hair covered.
Bestie, we said I would play Charming. Leave me alone.
Okay, you'll be short Farquaad, but everyone else like wearing heels. So you're all comically like small.
This is offensive. Okay, I love it.
Okay.
I'm vibing with it. The next one, the kissing booth.
Samiha, you said it. Okay. Where do I begin? I have a friend who watches Wattpad adaptation movies unironically.
Like after.
Yeah, and she invites me to see them with her unironically. And my best friend, Alucindos, I love you. She loves those movies and she loves the romances and she wishes she were like in the girls' place. And she made me watch the Kissing Booth 1 and 2 on a sleepover once. And I wanted to gouge my eyes out. I hate it so much. It's kind of like the other rom-com we tackled earlier. There was like Tall Girl.
Oh, Tall Girl.
Same category of
atrocious.
movie. Teen drama,
Yeah.
romance rom-coms.
Mhm.
That are just so commercial
Mhm.
that it's laughable.
Totally. It's like I can't believe actual like fan fictions are being adapted into movies. It's absolutely atrocious.
Yeah. They all follow the same Wattpad stories. All follow the same pattern. Like it's rarely. I won't discredit. I myself am a Wattpad writer. I have one fan fiction online, but I think it's sad that like the least interesting books are the one getting adaptations.
Right.
Yeah.
Like I think there's so many writers out there our age that are like genuinely able to make something that is much better than that, and yet they're publishing that.
And I was curious because I'm not closing my borders to movies. I'm a film student. I should always have an open mind. And I asked my friend why was the relationship so enticing. And she simply responded, because the girl is 5'1" and the guy is 6'4", and the height friend is sexy. And I'm like, dude, he wants to kill her at one point. Like he fucking tries her with a gun. I'm scared that like the romance,
I know.
the romanticization of toxic relationship
Like
with
that.
hot
That
actors.
is not healthy relationships. At all.
No, it promotes bad relationships, and I'm kind of scared.
Yeah, totally. Like I get it honestly. Like if that's a model for younger Gen Z, like how are they gonna end up?
Yeah. But thank God, other media like Euphoria, the toxic relationship.
Yeah,
is
no, it
tackled
really shows it.
realistically.
Like, the really bad relationship.
Mhm.
What I wish was there is like an actual healthy relationship. You know, we have like what's his name, like Kat and
Yeah.
Evan?
Ethan.
Ethan.
I think.
Like that's more healthy, but again, Kat is not honest with him, so I don't know.
No relationship is perfect. However, I would
So-
love to see on the media like two nerds just being best friends and being in a relationship, you know?
Yeah.
Because I know people who are in toxic relationships in real life, but
Mhm.
I myself am in a relationship that is really not toxic.
Yeah.
Like so not toxic that a lot of my friends think me and my girlfriend were an open couple. And it has to be with us, and we're like, no, we're not, like, we're monogamous.
Oh
Like,
my
what?
The next one, okay, some people put shit that I'm not gonna read, but is Mean Girls,
Not sure.
which is absolutely iconic.
Yes, Mean Girls is iconic. I know a lot of Gen Zs.
Yeah.
Even though this movie came out in 2005, I believe, we're still young. Like,
Yeah,
we-
something like that.
yeah. It's like the last movie we talked about.
Mhm.
It's a movie that like High School Musical. It's a movie that both millennials and Gen Z share,
Mhm.
and I agree with that.
Yeah, totally. And I think there's so many like references and just like my idea of like I don't know. I feel like it represents so well how high school feels.
Yeah.
Like, not so much how it really is, but how the drama can feel sometimes.
The essence, the core
Yeah,
of it
because
all.
in high school growing up, AFAB, I had so much drama.
Yeah.
There was so much tea all the time.
You would feel like the world is ending all
Yeah.
the time.
And sometimes you would realize that you've become like a really bad person. And you're like, whoa, what the fuck?
And only growing up and getting out of high school to realize that.
Yeah.
It's kind
Totally.
of toxic.
So, I don't know. I feel like Mean Girls was so important to AFAB people growing up. And, there's not a single person that I've met that, literally hates Mean Girls. In every aspect that isn't a boomer.
In a way, Mean Girls is like a parody of what we don't like about the kissing booth or Tall Girl, because it's a comedy, and it tackles the stereotypes of teen life and teen drama romance movies.
Yeah, I think it really does that, but it also kind of tackles just teen French movies.
Oh yeah,
kinda?
too.
But I think it's on this really thin line between
Real
comedy
life?
and
Yeah.
real life and satire.
Okay,
It's really on that thin line. I think it plays it so well, and I think the costume design is amazing, and I think just cinematography is so well done. I think everything about it is so good.
Yes.
And so done well.
The
in
writing is
details.
so good.
Oh my god, it's so good.
Yes.
Everything about it, once you start analyzing it, it's so good.
It's like the opposite of Twilight, writing wise.
I'm sorry. You're a Twilight hater?
Okay, because there's all the lines are golden. All the lines in the girls could make a super cool tattoo.
Yeah.
That's my reference to if a line is good or not.
Yeah.
Could I get it tattooed on my body and not look weird? But I mean, getting Twilight quotes tattooed on your body could be a funny tattoo.
Okay, I think I'm actually planning on getting
I don't like sand.
no, Bella, where have you been, Loca? Just the first letter of each word somewhere.
Oh no.
It would be so funny. So, the next one is 8th grade. So 8th grade is basically about this girl, the movie about this girl who's coming in 8th grade, and she kind of doesn't fit in really, and she kind of makes little vlogs online, and they don't really work, and she's kind of really awkward, and she's in that awkward phase of her life where she's trying to figure herself out.
That's 8th grade for me
And
too.
it's kind of it's so realistic. I loved how it depicted
middle school bitchiness.
no, not bitchiness,
Okay.
the awkwardness, the rawness of being 13 and being so awkward and being actinic and trying so hard to be cool and failing so miserably, and I thought it was so sick the way they did it.
I remember a part of I think this movie could be Gen Z potential, because I remember at that age dressing up at Ardennes on the sales rack was considered cool.
Yeah, I know, it was sick. We
had all
were,
the
yes.
the surprise bags near the.
So our next movie is actually After.
Oh no. Well, I mentioned it about my friend earlier. After, yay! There's 3 of them, I believe. I think the second one is out. The second one is out.
I
because
think the
watched
third
it.
one is also out.
It's the 4th one that's coming out.
Oh
this
my
year.
god!
There's 4
How
movies.
many of them are there?
There is as much of Shrek movies and After movies.
Oh god, we need to watch them.
Okay, so After, for those who don't know, it is a story about a girl and a boy in high school, and the boy first goes out with a girl as a prank because the girl is unpopular, if I'm not wrong.
Okay, but I think
That's not After.
no, that's not After at all. Actually, I want to mention that first of all, it was a fanfic of One Direction.
Okay.
I think that's more important how the whole story feels. Basically, the main character is Orlan, but we can call him Harry.
And he's British.
And he's British.
That's really
and
sexy for Gen Zs.
Yeah, of course.
British men.
But yeah. Basically, that's all you need to know. It's really bad. It's really funny.
It's really toxic because there's really parts where the couple screaming each other and they make out with other strangers to make each other jealous.
Yeah.
And I believe there was one part in which I was watching the movie with my friend in the theaters, and I was like, oh my god, is he going to punch her in the face? Because they argument a lot. but they have passionate sex.
So
it covers up for like the abuse in like young teenage drama movies.
honestly, I'm vibing.
It's a pattern I see in like Gen Z movies, like trauma, relationship with trauma.
I'm vibing. Our last one.
Our last
for the
one.
movies is Twilight.
Well, I remember Twilight in the early 2000s. I was like 8 or 9 years old, and the 6th grader, like the older popular kids in my elementary school, they were made fun at because they liked Twilight,
totally.
and everyone jumped on the bandwagon of like making fun of that one girl. We're also in a small village town school, and we're all making fun of that one girl who liked Twilight, saying it was crap because it's a girl thing, you know. Only recently I've then watched Twilight, and we'll get back on this later.
It's honestly
It's so
like
complicated.
when I was a kid, I remember kind of hating it because everything teenage girls like
bad.
ends up being hated by mainstream culture, so it was to be expected. But I remember kind of liking it.
Okay.
And I don't know, with like the revival, I'm like so vibing with it. I love it so much. It's so cringe, yet I love it so much.
The reason why it's a Gen Z thing, as well as a teenage girl thing, is because it has a lot of internet-related humor, because it's really absurd for what it is.
Yeah, no, it's low-key fanfic vibe.
Yeah, and Gen Zs are all about absurd humor. And
ironic stuff. I totally...
Ironic stuff. So Twilight is all about that.
Totally vibing with it.
Yes.
Absolutely.
It's unintentionally funny.
Yeah, but honestly, I love it. So.
Yes.
Okay, next question. So it's basically the same question, but with TV shows.
Okay.
So, next one is Euphoria. We already slightly talked about it.
Yes. It's a big thing right now.
yeah.
Euphoria still going on.
Because season 2 came out recently.
Yeah. Is there going to be season 3? I believe so.
Honestly, yeah.
I will
probably.
not see how it could go on. That's why I'm really
I think
curious.
it was announced.
Yeah,
that there's no
2024.
season three.
Yeah.
What the
24?
fuck?
Wait,
We have to wait 2 years?
absolutely.
That's horrible.
But see, the first season came out in 2019 and it just came out with the second one.
Yeah, but
Yeah, but
COVID.
COVID.
I don't care.
They didn't get sick, 1 in 4 and
But-
3.
Okay, the thing is, I think Euphoria represents so much like the fashion, and, like the artistic aspect of Gen Z.
Yes.
That like is so much stronger.
Or aesthetic.
But obviously it's not realistic.
Is that the
fucking
equivalent?
insane.
Like Euphoria is like the equivalent of like 80s spin class for the Gen Zs, like
Right.
the big hair, in the 80s like the big hair and the crazy wild makeup and everything. Euphoria is this, but for today's generation of young people.
Like it's what we kind of aspire to be in terms of
Yes.
aesthetic, but at the same time it's kind of just too over the top to be
We
reality.
will grow, and we'll become like adults, and we'll look back and be like, oh, those clothing, oh my god, they're so dated. We used to
I
like
know.
this. Like glitter on the face, oh, what was wrong with us? We're going to grow, and then 20 years later, like, all patterns and fashion is gonna go back viral,
Right. No, I totally agree with that. Oh my god, that's old weeb shit. I used to watch Candy as a kid.
Yes. Candy, yes! My
And-
mom made me watch Candy, and I loved it.
Bestie, the amount of self-insert characters I made. Because I was shipping myself with...
Characters
with-
with an S?
I had a little notebook. And I had, like, the biggest crush on Archibald. Because you had Terry,
Oh god.
who's a boy with the black hair. You got the dude with the glasses who dies in the war. And you have the other dude, Archibald.
Yeah.
And,
Isn't there also a blonde guy who falls off a horse and just...
yeah, no, that's Anthony.
Isn't
That's the
there a
prince
girl-
on the hill.
Yeah.
But I hated that bitch. I wanted to...
Wasn't there a
Oh
girl
my
in a
god.
wheelchair?
The boy that looked like fucking charming. Yes, daddy.
Wasn't there a girl in a wheelchair? People made memes of like Candy pushing her off a cliff.
I haven't watched the third season
It's
because
a
for some
popular,
reason
like,
I didn't
meme
have it. But
format.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, no, Candy was the mood
But
when I
is
was a kid.
it on the list though?
No, it's not.
No.
It's my list.
Okay,
my
yeah.
personal mental list. Yeah.
TV shows.
The next one, I mean, we have some Pretty Little Liars regular show, but I think Riverdale is more important.
Oh my god.
And I had like 3 mentions of Riverdale.
I'm cringing on the inside because I remember I was watching Riverdale unironically in Sec 1. That was
Honestly, me too.
But
it was like
Sec 1
7 years ago.
But
season
season
1
1 was
season.
good.
Season 1 was good.
Yeah, we were all like,
and,
whoa.
And half of season 2 was good, but then it.
Yeah.
I'm a weirdo. I don't fit in. I don't
Well,
want to fit in.
yeah.
That was me, honestly.
Common criticism of Riverdale is that by the it got worse and worse because the writing got bad and
Yeah,
they focused
okay.
on sexuality a bit too much.
But I think that's where people get it wrong. There's the point where it gets bad, and then there's the point where it gets fucking insane and becomes so good.
And it feels
It
funny.
becomes so much better.
No, you don't understand. And then in the new season, and like in one of the latest episodes, like Tony becomes La Llorona, and like
No.
and
No.
and Jughead goes deaf, so they're giving him.
Jughead has died so many times.
No,
audience,
he doesn't die. He just goes deaf. He can't hear. So
Why?
He goes into, I don't know. He goes into his like Daredevil arc.
Marvel? There's like the Riddler and the but I don't
No, but okay, that's the thing. It's because people stopped when it got really bad, like just overall bad. But there's this line between like
bad and good.
it was like at mediocre, and I think there's this line at like good. There's this line at like really bad. That's
It's
like
like bad.
there's Sharknado over
Yes.
there, and there's like I don't know the best movie you've ever fucking seen.
like
And then there's Riverdale, like
Okay.
season 3
okay,
for a while,
okay.
and then season
Okay,
4
okay.
it gets there and gets so good.
The Godfather on this extreme. In the middle is like Shark Boy and Lava Girl, and then it's like
How
a genuine.
dare you?
And then in the then it's a genuinely bad movie like
It's
let's say,
Spy Kids 6.
The Room, you
yeah.
know.
The room is in the middle. It's really
No,
No,
good.
the room is-
no, but you forgot the part where it's just camp.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
good.
it's gay. It's on top
Yes.
tier.
For anyone who doesn't know camp is like it's so absurdly bad and
Yeah,
over the
yeah,
top and
yeah.
gay that
It's just Rocky, basically.
It's good. Yeah.
Yeah, it's Rocky
camp.
the whole time. We honestly we vibing with Riverdale. I kind of love it.
Yeah.
It's kind of career.
Yeah. The
The
beginning.
whole cast hates it though.
Beginning the first beginning of season gives an appearance of like a good normal regular series TV drama for
Yeah.
teens. The second one it gets bad, but the third one it gets so bad it gets ridiculous. Does really good.
I mean, aliens. You just need aliens. and
Of
then
course.
done.
Vampires.
Um,
and
They did Aliens.
Yeah, that's why. Now
Yeah.
it became iconic because of aliens.
I think
The
they,
screenwriters did crack.
wait, they did Ghost, right? Did they? Have they?
Probably.
No, they did a
Resurrection?
the mummified twin of Cheryl, where she
Oh.
would take care of him. Yeah,
Yeah, that one was crazy. I think they should do Possessions next.
I think
Yeah.
they had a magic episode
You know
where
what?
they did.
You should do Shrek Babies next.
More musicals.
Yeah.
Fuck, the musicals are so
The
bad.
baseball
I know.
a
It's so
baseball
entertaining
scene.
though for theater kids. But see, okay, you have to understand. I'm a Gleek. Like I'm a hard Gleek.
I'm
Oh my
judging you
God.
so hard right now.
Like I'm a bestie. I think I watched season 1 to 4 at least 5 times
Oh god.
in the last year.
What?
Like ever since I got my
I'm
Netflix
going to distance
subscription
myself from you.
from to be able to watch Glee again, I haven't stopped.
What is wrong?
I love it. I love the songs. But see, you have to understand that if I had a Glee club in my high school, I would have been in it for sure.
That's true.
Phineas and Ferb,
Oh yes.
right?
Yes.
Phineas and Ferb for me, I didn't have Vac TV as a kid growing up, but every time I would like go to like a chalet for skiing with my cousins, or just go to my cousin's place, they had Vac TV, and we always watched those TV shows. Phineas and Ferb.
I think it's like in terms of vibe, it was just like doing whatever you want and just kind of creating out of anything. I think it's just
full of
and just the chaos, the
full of-
sheer
yeah,
chaos.
full of youthful and like creativity. Because in every episode of Phineas and Ferb, there's a unique song,
Absolutely.
and I've read from like of the like what it was like writing for the TV show.
It's so good.
And they had like I think 1 week to write a new song for each episode,
Yeah.
which like it sounds like a lot, but to write a song and the songs are good, but they write a good song, and some songs that they were made for the TV show right now, people listen to them like unironically because they're really good. Oh my god. Yeah. like some squirrels in my pants. What? Some squirrels in my pants.
Oh my god! Dr. Doofenshmirth's daughter. Oh my god! She may give me my gay awakening.
But Dr. Doofenshmirtz.
Yes.
No, no, no.
birth.
He's so hot.
No,
He's so hot.
just his
Okay.
birth. Just the birth.
Yes.
No mom, no dad.
No, no, no.
Yes.
It's just birth.
Yes. It was like it was really campy. It was really funny.
Yeah.
And it was age appropriate too. And
Yeah.
I believe that everyone can enjoy it.
Yeah, no, and gay awakening personally was really important. I became gay. We're all gay, / or mentally ill.
Either we are queer or mentally ill.
No, both.
Okay.
Or everything.
Yeah.
Which I think is the entire gay club. So, that's it for us, besties.
Yes.
That
Thank you
is
for-
episode 1 of
The Zodcast.
Zodcast
Yes.
with Sam and M.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for watching. We will probably be there next week.
Yes, same here.
Probably. Another time at some point.
Yes.
Perhaps. Because this is cool.
That's so much fun.
So, like, bye, besties. Take care. We love you. And see you soon.